In a world where compact SUVs are really just bloated front-wheel drive hatchbacks, the Renault Duster is quite refreshing. It's got four-wheel drive, a lockable center diff, big knobbly tires, and most importantly, an unpretentious attitude. We've just spent a month with the Duster, and here's what we liked and didn't like so much about the plucky little Renault.
This is the top-of-the-range Dynamique Diesel 4x4 model. It's priced at just over 300,000 Rand, and for that you get quite a lot of car. In fact, the only options you'll have to pay for are metallic paint and leather seats. It also comes with an engine.
And it's quite a plucky little engine. It's a 1.5 litre turbo diesel shared with a bunch of Nissan cars actually. And it's got a good whack of torque. It's quite perky around town, good for overtaking. Turbo lag is quite noticeable, but not much more so than your average turbo diesel engine. And it's got hill start assist, which is really useful for those tricky pull-offs. You'll be happy to know that this engine is quite efficient. Renault claims 5.2 litres to the 100, and we've been averaging around 7, which is pretty good. And we reckon you'll get it down into the 6s with some careful driving. Power is sufficient to tow up to 1.5 tons with a braked trailer, so the Duster should cope with just about everything up to a medium-sized caravan. And a note on suspension, this car is really set up for comfort and not for handling, but it's not the sort of car that you want to tear around corners through anyway. So the ride is comfortable, soft and supple, which makes a nice change in the segment. The interior of the Duster is a no-frills affair. Hard plastics dominate the dashboard, but they are durable. It's pretty much the opposite of luxurious, but it works. This model is fitted as standard with Renault's touchscreen infotainment system. It has sat-nav, which will warn you of upcoming speed cameras, which is nice. But we've always felt that the screen is mounted too low in the Duster. It's way out of your line of sight, and you find yourself having to gaze down quite far while you're driving. This model has rear park distance control, cruise control, electric windows all round, and the only thing it really seems to be missing is automatic climate control, which you can't even have as an optional extra. Keep in mind that the Duster is only available with a 6-speed manual. There's no auto box in the range. The Duster is very at home on gravel roads. It's the sort of car where you're not scared to take it off-road and get it dirty. And we found that when it came to soft sand, it was very capable too. But although it's technically a four-wheel drive, the system is quite limited. It borrows most of its components from the Nissan X-Trail, which is quite interesting. You can only lock the center diff, which will send equal power to the rear and front axles, and then the traction control will step in to limit the slip. However, if you leave it in auto mode, then the diff will favor the front axle, only sending power to the back when it feels like it needs to. We must tell you we had some problems with our Duster over the test period. The clutch became stuck in the depressed position and we couldn't get it out, so we gave Renault a call. They reckon it's a problem with the master cylinder, and should your Duster have this issue, the warranty will cover the repair. But it's not very convenient, is it? I mean, it could leave you stranded on the side of the road waiting for a tow truck, which isn't ideal. Despite its quirks and issues, we've enjoyed our time with the Duster. It's an eager and willing little car, very practical and very good value too. Last year we said goodbye to the Land Rover Defender, and for me this is like a mini Defender. The engine's a bit grumbly, it's not particularly comfortable, and it's a bit odd looking. But it does what it says on the tin, and it's not trying to be anything else. If you're in the market for a compact SUV and you especially want some rugged 4x4 capability, there's not much to compare the Duster to, especially at this price point.